Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot with another look at the upcoming Jurassic World Evolution 2 Dominion Malta expansion. Frontier have just posted a deep dive into Update 5, yes I heard it, containing more information about what we can expect to contain in the free update when the expansion lands on the 8th of December. Some pretty exciting stuff, you'll have seen it in the thumbnail already, so that is coming on later in the video, really excited, but we've got a few other things to showcase in the meantime, so let's get started. First of all, hey park managers, welcome to our Update 5 deep dive. This is going to be on the 8th of December for everyone who owns the game for free as per usual. Shall we dive in? We shall indeed. Not too much to take from this first screenshot. This is a look at one of the new challenge maps. We'll be talking about that in just a second, but this is the Arizona Breakout map. Now at the moment it just says reach a park rating of 5 stars. I'm assuming there's going to be a little bit more to it than that. These maps are going to have unique challenge conditions, as we'll see in a moment as well. Really not much else we can take from this screenshot. I apologise about the low quality. They upload tiny screenshots for some reason. Frontier, they just keep bloody doing it. But let's move on and get some information. So, new challenge levels. You'll be able to enjoy the 5 DFW campaign maps as challenge levels as of Update 5. Once you've achieved 3, 5, 7, 9 and 2 confuses me, stars respectively across all maps in challenge mode. You'll unlock Arizona Breakout, Washington State Wreckage, Pennsylvania Headquarters, Oregon Aviary and California Photography, my most excited one, all of which will contain a combination of new challenge conditions, which is also pretty interesting as well. We have read this before, but we're just going to go through it again. These new conditions include tranquilizer upgrades, which require you to complete research before tranquilizing dinosaurs with anything above a level 1 or 2 security rating, psychological trauma, where some dinosaurs will require scientists with the trait of psychologist to cure them, and staff hiring requirements, which will need you to meet specific requirements to hire expert staff members. California Photography is also a new type of challenge, a photo level, which is a new timed photography mission that will test your camera skills. Very exciting, that's new information. We're excited to see how you step up to the challenge with these new levels. We're sure you'll be more than up to the task, park managers. But 2 is throwing me for a loop. Is that meant to say 12? Or is it just because California Photography is the most important one? They kind of want to end with that one, I suppose, and that one does require 2. I don't know, I'd be curious about that, but seems like an odd number to throw in at the end, but who knows. And there we go, we get a little look at that, so we can see those new ones at the bottom: Arizona Breakout, Washington State Wreckage, Pennsylvania Headquarters, Oregon Aviary and California Photography. We can even read a little bit about Arizona Breakout. This area of Arizona desert is home to groups of wild dinosaurs. Even with a clear lack of buildable space and a hostile environment, the DFW wants to set up a new kind of operation. You are the one chosen to make sure this operation profits the organization. Can you pull it off? That's the one we just saw a second ago, Arizona Breakout. Obviously that seems to be based on the very first map in the game, like that starter mission where you go and capture the baryonyx, for example. Moving on. UI changes. We're including a range of UI changes to Update 5, giving you even more control over how you manage your prehistoric species in-game. Now, when you transport a dinosaur, you'll be able to see an icon above which species said dinosaur likes, dislikes, or feels neutral towards, as well as seeing the territories and dinosaurs of that same species in your park. Once in your enclosures, selecting the alpha of any particular species will highlight the rest of that species. I've said species far too many times, so you can see how many you have of that species in that one enclosure. You'll also notice when controlling your capture teams or assigning tasks to them in your parks, there's a new ailment and tranquilize icon to streamline the process of caring for your dinosaurs with ailments, which is pretty handy. It's a new ailment and tranquilize icon, so is that going to auto transport them over to the medical bay potentially? Alongside these changes, Update 5 will also include earlier fight notifications, so that you'll get a little more notice when 2 dinosaurs aren't quite getting along. Lagoon and Aviary preview rings, now highlighting the map boundary when placing them. And the new notification when these pesky storms disable your tour vehicles, so you have more notice to get them up and running again. So just very small things, but just little things so you've got more information, so you've got more knowledge about what's going on with your parks and with your game. Tiny dinosaur behaviours. There are some changes to how your tiny dinosaurs behave and interact coming in this latest update, which we're very excited to share with you. First up, group attacks. Both Compsognathus and Morris Intrepidus, coming in the Dominion Malta expansion, will team up to attack both goats from the feeder and your guests when they manage to escape. It is very exciting. Both Compsognathus and Morris Intrepidus, as well as Lystrosaurus and Oviraptor, will also behave slightly different around different obstacles. They're all getting adjustments to their collision behaviours in Update 5, so they'll no longer collide with guests or vehicles. There will also be some adjustments to their navigation logic, so these tiny dinosaurs will navigate around water. The other thing is, a lot of people have been talking about this down here, so there's adjustments to the navigation logic, so these tiny dinos will now navigate around water. And people have been suggesting that maybe what this will let you do is for these 4 dinosaurs especially, you'd be able to make a paddock, a pen, whatever you want to call it, that is nothing but surrounded by water. It's just got a moat, and that's going to keep your dinosaurs contained, and they'll never break out. By the way they're wording it, I suspect that's not the case. It says they're going to navigate around water. It doesn't say they can't go through water. So it'll be like if there's a viable path that doesn't take them through the water, they're not going to take it. But if they have to go through water because they're breaking out, because there's food or something like that, I suspect they will still move through the water, which is probably for the best. You shouldn't be able to contain 4 different species just by throwing down a pond, you know? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, we'll be definitely testing this in-game when the update comes out, but I would not be wholly confident that you'll be containing dinosaurs with just a moat going forward. We'll have to wait and see, of course. Right, one more big thing to show, really. Very exciting, though. New Dinosaur Colorings. You'll be able to enjoy some new colouring and pattern options for some of your favourite variants as of Update 5. Both Kentrosaurus 2015 and Ouranosaurus 2015 variants, both from the Camp Cretaceous Dinosaur Pack, as well as the 2022 variants of Dreadnoughtus and Giganotosaurus from the Dominion Biosyn expansion, and the new Iguanodon 2022 variant from the upcoming Dominion Molter expansion, will each be getting 12 new body colours and 7 new pattern colour options. We've also... This is confusing me slightly. Oh wait, no it doesn't anymore. We've also incorporated a new body variant selector in the genome editor and species viewer for these species, so you can get an idea of how you look in the park. So in the past, if you had, say, your Dreadnoughtus, the new Dreadnoughtus body shape was just a skin, right? If you went to produce the dinosaur, it's just a skin that you ticked at the bottom. But now they've added a new body variant thing. Because all these body variants now have their own skin colours, they need like a separate section. So you'll be able to toggle between the two seemingly and have access to the different skin set. Because they've got their own skin set, that makes a lot of sense. I'm already seeing calls, because there's a few others in the game. Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptor, for example, would be really, really cool to get a set of skins for the JP3 Velociraptor. But you know what, this is still a fantastic update, I don't want to be picky already. And we get to see it in action a little bit. This is low quality as I say, but that is our Giganotosaurus with one of the new Frontier skins, and it looks fantastic. It looks so good. It looks so much better, in my opinion, than the default 2022 Giganotosaurus. They've done a fantastic job of bringing in some really naturalistic, beautiful... This is some of the best pattern and colour work Frontier have ever done, in my opinion. I think this is really top-notch, especially around the skull. You know, we've got a little bit of colour in there, but it's very subtle, just coming in from the snout, fades out really quickly, and then the rest of it is this really interesting modelling of sort of different varied colours. I think that may be one of my favourite skins in the entire game, and it just makes this outlandish, crocodilian, over-the-top skin. Don't get me wrong, you know, Giga could have, you know, had some osteodermic things, had some little spines, whatever, could have had some crazier stuff, but it wasn't anywhere this advanced. And it just, by adding this much more naturalistic look to the skin, I think it brings it back in line with the rest of the game and with a more realistic dinosaur. It's still a little crazy, but it looks so much better rendered like this. For me personally, people will differ, of course, but it's already a really nicely made model, and now bringing the skin up to scratch is, yeah, I don't know, I'm just chuffed. I think it looks really good, and shout out to whoever did these skins for the Giga, because it looks beautiful. Last thing, so, did I already do this? Yeah, I already did this one. Quality of life updates. Update 5 comes complete with a whole range of quality of life changes, which we're sure you'll really enjoy utilising in your parks. Tour vehicles will now honk at dinosaurs, which are in their way during tours. And any dinosaurs which have managed to fall asleep in front of your tour vehicles will now also be more reactive when they're honked at, so your tours continue long. I just want to say honked all day. We've also made improvements to how lagoon decorations function in-game, including the camera staying below the water surface while being rotated, as well as the camera staying in the lagoon when moving into the lagoon walls. We can't wait to see how you decorate your lagoons with these new angles. So usually you would move your camera against the wall, and then, like with most video games, the camera then pushes upwards, right? It's like an actual physical entity that then moves up the wall if you keep trying to move backwards. So it seems like it's not going to do that anymore. It's going to be a little easier to decorate. I think one thing we're all really excited about, of course, is we know there's those natural lagoons coming to the game. There's only one and it's part of the map, it's kind of built into the map, but a natural lagoon is a really exciting idea, hoping for slightly different shapes inside there, different depth levels. I'm really excited to see how that's going to function in the game. Really excited about this as well, yeah. So I know we didn't really learn much new today. A lot of this was the same information we had the other day, but slightly expanded upon. But it's worth it for the Giga skin, I think. It really is. What an absolute stunner she is. Alright, anyways, that's it from me. Thank you very much for joining me. Update is out in 7 days, this time next week. So next Thursday? Is today Thursday? Next Thursday the update is out. Come back in a week for all the new stuff. We'll have tons of videos, as we always do, on the new update and of course on the expansion itself. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. I've not spoken very good English today, it must be said. Throw me a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye bye.
Reaching out.